flag, and away we go on the first race here at Belgium, and the acceleration happens on those boats. The roosters go up and we are away.
You can already see the conditions there. Actually, the boats are already flying out of the water. This is very different to the harbour.
And a good start for OSG with the King of Shaves winding up those Viper Ilmore engines and starting to head up to go alongside with OSG. Lucas Oil's in third, and already we see the Way to Happiness just dropping back the pace now as the Supersport class gets their start, and away they go. Roscioli Hotel seems to be leading as we cut on board with Chaldron 2, the brother and sister team from Malta. Extreme Boat right in the centre of your picture. 2 wins last time out, and they're hoping for more. And Bootsy Bullet all bouncing around, and these are really taking some big air already.
Yeah, it is very difficult out there. The boats and the crew are going to be put through a real test today.
This is the 46 crew, the brother and sister Maltese crew of Aaron and Audrey N, and OSG still look as if they've got the lead of the Evolution, but it's close with Lucas Oil's Outer Limits coming up on the left-hand side of your picture. King of Shaves, the white boat, on the right-hand side, and they are bouncing now.
I think they're just picking their way carefully through this course on these first few laps. They've just literally got to get settled into it and find the conditions, work out their ballast, work out their trim of the engines.
And there is a long way to go, and King of Shaves making up ground as they go into the turn. James Shepherd making a very tight turn as always. OSG just ahead of this pairing, and Lucas Oil's staying out of the spray and picked up some ground there.
Yeah, they have certainly pulled away into the lead there.
Lucas Oil's Outer Limits, the view from the rear quarter of that boat, but OSG still putting on a good fight, and Lucas Oil's Outer Limits, you can see just hugging the water just a little bit better, and King of Shaves in third.
Yeah, he is actually running really smooth there, Lucas Oil's Outer Limits. Maybe those 5 steps are just doing a little bit better than the sort of 2-step boats. He really seems to be running quite nicely in these pretty nasty conditions.
But despite that, OSG are still holding on very well. Lucas Oil's creeping up, and it's going to take the lead. And 97 passes as they head up towards the end of the lap and just streaks through, and the water here just looking a little bit calmer. It's closer to the beach here.
He's got that boat set up absolutely brilliantly. It's running fantastic.
And the Supersport Class, Extreme Boat and Roscioli Hotels very close together. VoomVoom.com in third place, but Jackie Hunt and Mike Shelton have got the lead of Supersport. The Roscioli Hotels need to get the points this weekend, so they are going to give it everything. And it is going to be the survival of the fittest. We've said that before, but it's going to be so important today.
Extremeboat.com obviously love these rough conditions. On board here with Sunlick Beer, going well as always. They quite like the rough as well.
Yeah, Martin prefers those conditions, and Jackie was asking for rough water through most of the races this year, and she certainly got it today. And VoomVoom.com, Charles William Hawkes and V Ganjave in third place in Supersport, and we just saw Roscioli Hotels flash through there.
Look at OSG here going so wide, which is giving Lucas Oil's Outer Limits a great lead. I'm not sure what's going on there.
No, I'd expect that of a diesel boat, but these top 3 are all petrol ones, so it's not like they need to go wider to keep the engines as wound up. And are slowing down, but at the front of this race, King of Shaves leading from OSG, Lucas Oil's Outer Limits now right alongside with OSG and about to take the place away from them, so order changes, but can Lucas Oil's Outer Limits, as they fly through the air, do anything about King of Shaves, or are they going to do what we've seen them do before and just run away with this now?
Well, this boat proved themselves in the flat, and now they've got settled into the rough, and they're just ploughing through this horrible, confused sea.
And I think worth mentioning that Jackie and Mike that we see there are actually sat down in their boats, whereas the crew of Voom Voom and also Roscioli are actually standing up in their boat, which is going to be a lot more physically demanding, I would imagine.
Very much so. They're actually holding their weight into the boat as well, whereas Jackie and Mike are actually harnessed in. Slightly easier in these conditions.
And Bootsy Bullet have got a problem, and we've got red or orange smoke, which is most bizarre, coming from the front of that boat, which I don't quite follow. But Extreme Boat leads Supersport, and there is the Evolution leader with Lucas Oil's Outer Limits closing. And are they going to be in chance of taking the lead? And Lucas Oil's Outer Limits closest on your picture with King of Shaves, the white boat inside and just skipping through the air as they hit the waves. This is fantastic stuff, and look how close they are. This is so world-class racing.
Brilliant for the spectators. Although these guys are all strapped into their cockpits here, they will be taking a real pounding through their bodies.
On the rear of King of Shaves, and it's testament as well to the trust that these guys feel to be able to race so close together.
Yeah, very experienced drivers here. Nigel Hook, Joe Scrow, Craig Wilson, and of course James Shepherd. Loads of experience on the race course.
And Nigel Hook and Joe Scrow take the lead and very close to the boy there. That was a beautiful line, almost cutting off Lucas Oils there.
Yeah, definitely. And OSG still going well in third place. Giancarlo and Giovanni are always happy to be up there on the podium. Charles and Portonasso here, brother and sister, position 7, doing very well, but in very, very tough conditions here. So just to actually be out there competing and finish is great.
And Sunseeker Challenger are in 4th place at the moment in the Supersport boat, the very distinctive boat with the Fiat powertrain, a new setup this year for Sunseeker and FPT.
Gavin Brown and Andy Wilby doing very well. They just need a little bit more speed out of this boat, but I know they're working on it all the time. This is brilliant that Bootsy Bullet has got going. Now they will try their hardest to just get some points today, and points make prizes.
Lucas Oils, outer limits, in conditions that seem to have just flattened off a little bit. The sun has certainly come out now. It's a much better day than it was at the start of this race, but there's still a lot of hard water out there.
Yeah, there's some big old holes in the sea where they will just literally drop into them, which is very difficult to drive.
And just about a lap to go as they come through to the end of the lap. But Shelley, they're slowing. Lucas Oils outer limits is slowing. And just by the start-finish line, well, they can't believe that they finished. There's something going on in that boat. And what a big turn-up of events here, because King of Shaves are right behind them. Drama indeed in this race with 1 lap to go as King of Shaves comes up to pass Lucas Oils outer limits, and we have no idea what's happened inside that American-built SV40 as King of Shaves streak away.
I can't believe this.
Well, nobody's more surprised than us, really, let alone the crew, and obviously something has gone wrong with their fuel strategy for that outcome. Big happenings in Evolution in the Supersport class. This is 2nd place, Rochelia Hotels Roma, with extremeboat.com out in the lead, and comfortably so as well. And they're leading with voomvoom.com in 3rd place behind Rochelia Hotels as we go on board the View from the 01 boat, the Dragon-built boat. And they are actually going to take the checkered flag first. So this is going to be the 3rd victory in the row for Mike and Jackie.
Absolutely brilliant for these guys. They run this boat so well, and these were obviously the best conditions that they like. Quite rough.
The Supersport class doing 1 less lap, and because of the way that the lap of the Evolution boats has happened, that's why the Supersports have finished first. And here is the King of Shaves, and a lap ago they were not expecting to have that result at all. And Jackie Hunt and Mike Shelton delighted, would you think?
Always very delighted to be holding that checkered flag, and well done to them.
So extremeboat.com get the victory in the Supersport class from Rossioli Hotels Roma, voomvoom.com in 3rd, and a good result for Sunseeker Challenger in 4th place.
And the usual position for Fountain Worldwide, King of Shaves, waving that checkered flag, which they're quite used to now. An excellent, very professional team.
So big changes in the Evolution class at the end of the race. King of Shaves win from OSG in 2nd place, and the way to happiness will certainly be that in 3rd place.
We pushed them as hard as we wanted to with our engines, and we then kept to our plan, and obviously couldn't believe our luck on the last lap that they stopped.
Always a pleasure, and always delighted to be on the top step of the podium, but I can't help thinking doubly so today for the King of Shaves and OSG there too, and also the way to happiness. A great day for them. And the Supersport class, extremeboat.com, a perfect start to their weekend, a great challenge from voomvoom.com, and also a podium position for Rossioli Hotels.